Good evening, Vancouver. We're going to get this party started. But clearly, from the buzz in this room, it already has. Woo! I could not imagine a better way to spend a Tuesday night than to be with all of you here this evening. I invite all of you to find your seats. We made sure there was plenty of seats so that everyone could be seated. Here's an opportunity to meet some new friends, say hello to some acquaintances. It's going to be a wonderful night. Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome. My name is Fred Lee, and I am a member of the media, but more importantly, I am the biggest fan of BC Achievement and the Sam Carter Award for Applied Art and Design. This is our 21st celebration, our 21st celebration of applied art and design in our province. And this is the second year that the award proudly carries the name of our dear friend, Sam Carter. A show of hands, who is joining us for the very first time? Put your hands up. Woo! Well, welcome to the community. And I think you're going to discover, if you haven't already, it is an incredibly warm and inclusive arts community. And I am absolutely delighted that you have carved out the time to join us this evening. As you tuck into the delicious food and drink, it is always a pleasure to begin by acknowledging our presence on the unceded, traditional, and ancestral territory of the Coast Salish peoples, the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. To open tonight's ceremony, everyone please give a warm welcome to one of Sam's former students, Willacton.
Oh, Sam. Wow, another year, 21st, eh? Wow. And if we think about looking at me tonight, a lot of people walked by me, they didn't recognize me. Because I'm wearing actually Sam Carter's jacket tonight. It was gifted to me by him, and another hat is gifted to me is by another designer is Lauren Brevner, who's an artist, my son's partner, and I have a nice, beautiful necklace here and paddle. Wow, a lot of designers in here. What do you think? So I'm actually, my identity is kind of all over the place this evening, because normally I walk in with my family vest, and it represents who I am, where I'm from. And that's why I have a paddle on top here, because I'm also coastal. Just to let you know, I'm coastal, and when we put a paddle up, I'm here and showing respect to you all. When respect to all this beautiful art that we're looking at right now. Wow. And we also have some artists that are here from the last one here for the First Nations. I wonder if you could show your hand who you are. Any artists here? Oh, yeah, we got one over there. Okay. And over there. It was quite a week, because I also attended the Indigenous fashion show at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre. Wow, that was awesome. That's the first time I went to that. So what a week. So I'm going to ask the ones that, if you're up to it, if you come join me here. The recipients here, if you come join me and paddle with me and help welcome all the people here today. If you're shy, that's okay. Come on up. I know you guys are going to be on stage later, but I want you to stand here with me. Oh, see up. Yeah. Anybody here from Emily Carr? Hands up. Yeah. This jacket I wore with Sam, I was one of his students in 1978. Wow. Were you guys born? Some of us were born, eh? Oh, Sam, anybody here from Squamish? Hey, Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, Turtle Island. Anybody here from the world? Oh, see ya. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Another round of applause for Willacton for starting us off in such a beautiful and meaningful way. I truly am delighted to be with all of you this evening. This is my second year hosting this event, and I know it is going to be a very special evening. For the benefit of all those who are joining us for the very first time, 21 years ago, this program was envisioned and founded by the late Sam Carter, who urged each and every single one of us to celebrate design. Celebrate design as a vital life force within our daily lives, our daily tasks and experiences. Let's just think about that one more time. Urging every single one of us to celebrate design as a vital life force within our daily tasks and daily experiences. And tonight, we are honoring that. We are doing exactly that. This evening's celebration is centered around 4 exceptional applied art and design artists. We saw them just moments ago. If I may ask each of them to stand so that we can formally acknowledge and welcome you. Starting with, yes, stay standing. First, we have fashion designer Bettina Mueller Reichl. Give a Tyra a twirl. Say hi to everyone. have a look into the cameras because we are also being broadcasted all across the province of BC. Next, we have woodworker Mario Powell. The Judson Beaumont emerging artist, Vancouver ceramicist and metalworker Tyler James Goin. And the 2025 Sam Carter Award of Distinction recipient goes to Bowen Island ceramicist Russell Hackney. We will be hearing from all of them very shortly and learning more about their masterful works. But right now, I'd also like to welcome, as I mentioned, our guests who are joining us from home. We are once again broadcasting tonight's presentation ceremony live to audiences across BC. We want to acknowledge TELUS Optic TV for their generosity. And everyone, let's give a wave to those cameras and everyone watching from home. All right. And I know many of you have already enjoyed the food and drink this evening. We want to thank this evening's caterer, The Lazy Gourmet. A shout out to BC Achievement's wine partner, Incomeat Cellars. Our florist, Denise Halfyard. Denby Fine Art Services, Leap Creative, Burkeville Productions, and of course, the wonderful staff here at the Roundhouse Community Center. And now to introduce a friend and someone that probably needs no introduction, I would like to invite up Rup Greol, Director of the Applied Art and Design Program, to the stage.
I feel like I'm at the Oscars of Applied Art and Design. What a beautiful room. Good evening. First of all, a heartfelt thank you to Fred Lee for joining us once again for his second year here to celebrate the talent, the innovation of applied art and design across this beautiful province. We're deeply grateful and honored for your continued support. I'm Rup Garawal. I am the program director here at BC Achievement for our two art award programs, the Sam Carter Award in Applied Art and Design and the Polygon Award in First Nations Art. My warmest congratulations to you, Tyler, Bettina, Mario, and Russell. Last week, we were gathered in this very same room to honor the recipients of the Polygon Award in First Nations Art. And tonight, I'm pleased to welcome Gordon Dick. His art history is on that wall over there. And we're pleased that he was able to join us tonight. And tonight, we're also quite thrilled to present a special exhibition that brings the vibrancy of both programs together. You'll see on my right the art of the four First Nations First Nations awardees, and on my left, the four awardees of the Applied Art and Design program. So please join me in giving a big thank you to our curators of this exhibition, Sheila Hall and Ray Hartley. They're right over there. Year after year, Sheila and Ray and their team of energetic assistants work really hard to create a dynamic, thought-provoking, and visually stunning exhibition, and it captures the spirit and the strength of each artist's work. So thank you very much. The Sam Carter Award program is made possible by a dedicated jury. These folks are the ones that look at all the nominations and help us cull through all of the nomination packages, and they make the decision of who will receive this award. But I'd like to introduce them, and if you could hold your applause till the end, that would be great. Dr. Trish Kelly of Emily Carr University's Art and Design. Annika Quinn, Editorial Director of Western Living Magazine, and Jeff Martin, 2020 Program alum and owner of Jeff Martin Joinery. We're also really fortunate to have advisors to this program. It is a year-round program, and of course, we couldn't do it without the advisors. Toby Barrett of Propeller, he's an alum of 2010 and longtime program steward, and craft advocate Ron Kong. Your commitment to this program is invaluable. We are so glad to have you on our side year after year. Thank you so much. I would really like to salute the program alumni. There are so many of you here who have received the award in the past. I know Joel is here from 2011, amongst other awardees. We are really grateful for your cross-program support. As you may know, we run 5 award programs, and we have representatives from many of those programs here tonight. If any program alumni from any one of our 5 programs is here, could you please stand up and be acknowledged? Don't be shy. There we go. For those of you who haven't yet seen the panel behind us, or behind you, this panel recognizes those who have received the award of distinction for both of our art award programs since inception, and that's over 20 years of awardees. You'll recognize these names from both their work in BC and also internationally. And as you entered this room, if you came in from the back before coat check, there was a panel we had up that displayed the names of all of the awardees of this program over the last 21 years. We hope you take the time to have a look at it and acknowledge those who have helped make this province the creative force that it is. One of the themes that we hear time and time again from our alumni across all of our programs is how this recognition, receiving this award, propels their practice forward. It opens doors to exhibitions, to collaborations, and it deepens their self-confidence as leaders within their disciplines, encouraging them to push harder and further. So all of this is the heart of our work here at BC Achievement, to recognize remarkable and also to build a community of alumni where they lift each other up and contribute to the next generation of excellence. So whether the alumni are doing that through mentoring other artists, or sharing opportunities, presenting awards, serving on juries, or even coming back into the room and supporting new cohorts. We appreciate it. So thank you, alumni, for continuing to pass it forward and for shaping the future of applied art and design in BC. And finally, I'd like to extend a thank you to Leap Creative, our graphic arts team, for their belief in this program since inception over 20 years ago. And I'd also like to thank our media partners whose coverage ensures that stories reach audiences across the province and beyond. Your support, in any which way you provide it, helps to amplify the voices of these artists and strengthens the impact of their work. Thank you. It's my honor now to invite my colleague, Catherine Wilson, to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Roop. And I'd also like to add my thanks to Fred for stewarding the evening and stewarding our cause. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It's wonderful to be here. I have to congratulate, of course, the 2025 awardees, Tyler, Bettina, Mario, and Russell. We offer our congratulations, and we'd like to say welcome to the BC Achievement family. At BC Achievement, we're guided by a clear purpose: to elevate excellence with the intent to aspire achievement. It is the core of everything we do across 5 programs: the community, reconciliation, Indigenous business, First Nations art, and of course, applied art and design. We elevate excellence, we share the success, and we hope, and I think we do, inspire change. If we want to continue uplifting the individuals who are creating solutions for our communities, we need to make sure their work is seen and celebrated. Across BC, creators and makers are quietly and often independently transforming everyday objects and advancing design in meaningful ways. Finding and recognizing and elevating excellence matters. It carves a path forward for others to follow. So how do we learn about these artists? How do we ensure we are investing in our creative economy? These are the questions and the commitment we bring to our work every day. As Roop just shared, we recognize remarkable. Roop also outlined just how important the alumni body is to the work that we do. Thank you, everyone, for standing up and being recognized. And I'd like to say to everyone here, if you really want to find out what the impact is of this recognition, please seek out these people, our alumni. Talk to them. Their stories hold the secret to the work that we're doing. I'm happy to announce that this year, the foundation invested more than $100,000 in commissions and prize funds across 3 of our 5 programs, and we produced 15 short films celebrating the awardees. As part of that investment, each Sam Carter recipient receives a $5,000 cash prize. And in just a few minutes, you will be among the first to watch their films, celebrations of creativity that demonstrate how sharing success fuels inspiration and drives change. These initiatives reflect our commitment to our mission. And of course, none of this work happens without an extraordinary team. My thanks to Roop Gurwal, whom you just met, Kristen McDonald, Angela Marston, and Kathy Tam, for the heart they bring to this work, not just tonight, but every single day. And a big thank you as well to Jane Caddick, who produces all of BC Achievement's fall events. We're so lucky to work with Jane as a key member of our team. I want to acknowledge the leadership of our board, represented tonight by our chair, Walter Pela, and members Aisha Amaji, Kevin Bent, Christopher Gaze, Kim Vanderward, and Tamara Vrooman. Their thoughtful guidance ensures our programs continue to grow and thrive, and we deeply appreciate their commitment to the communities we serve. Thank you. Finally, a warm welcome to Vancouver's arts community and its leaders. And what a community. We are honored to stand alongside each of you and note that many of you are also among our strongest nominators. I'm happy to acknowledge the following, and please hold your applause until I reach the end. Speaking of the Oscars, Roop, this sounds like a list. From Arts Umbrella, CEO Paul LaRocque. Bard on the Beach, Dean Paul Gibson and Christopher Gaze. Eastside Art Society, Christelle Thompson and Kristen McDougall, and congratulations on a remarkable culture crawl this past weekend and your pending 30th anniversary next year. Vancouver Indigenous Fashion Week. I raise my hands to Jolene Minton and Caroline Phelps. Congratulations on your outstanding success this past weekend. I gotta say that I think that November needs more weekends. What's been going on this month is astounding. I'd also like to acknowledge representatives from Arts BC, the Craft Council of BC, Emily Carr University of Art and Design, LaSalle College, Northwest Ceramics Foundation, KPU's Wilson School of Design, and Vancouver Art Gallery. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm sure I missed someone. Please introduce yourself to me or a member of our team and let us know who you are, and we will get it right. Thank you. Thanks to each of you for being in here this evening, for believing in the power of recognition, and for supporting the creatives that shape our province. Enjoy the show, and thank you for helping us recognize Remarkable across British Columbia. Thank you. Fred?
Let's give a big round of applause to Roop and Catherine for your leadership. I just love this community, and I am very blessed to be surrounded by creatives every single day. And so it truly means the world to have all of you here on this very special evening. We also want to acknowledge and welcome tonight our Inspire Collective guests. Last year, BC Achievement launched a special giving circle called the Inspire Collective. And the inspiration for our 20th anniversary was to invite everyone to support BC Achievement's work with a donation so that you too can support our creatives and our creative economy. We are incredibly grateful for everyone who is joining us tonight from the Inspire Collective. Your generosity has helped us create new films, invest in our awardees, and carry forward Sam's legacy of design excellence in the province. Can we please give them a big round of applause? And finally, before we get to the awards, I always say an event, a gala, an Oscars, a festival is not possible without the support of our volunteers. Let's give a big round of applause to our evening's volunteers. All right. I know you at home are excited. I'm excited. The room is beautifully set as we now invite all of you to celebrate this year's awardees. And we are starting the awards with 3 of the evening's awardees, Tyler, Bettina, and Mario. As Catherine mentioned, BC Achievement has produced a compilation film recognizing and highlighting these 3 incredibly talented award recipients. This film, along with 300 other films featuring awardees from all 5 programs, can be seen on BC Achievement's YouTube channel. Together, they form an incredible public archive for all of us to view and celebrate BC's creative, business, and community excellence. And they're all freely available to everyone. So without further ado, it is now time. I invite all of you to turn your attention to the screens and celebrate these 3 award recipients. And yes, tonight's awardees are seeing it for the very first time. It is a world premiere. May I present Tyler, Bettina, and Mario.
My journey into craft started very early in my life, working alongside my father, who was a brilliant engineer. He passed away 10 years ago, and I find inspiration every day thinking about him. A lot of the emotion in the work I do is an ode to honor his memory, and that's something that is present in my heart, and I hope that it also shows in the way I align my eye, my hand, and my heart in the work that I do.
Somehow I got into creating little garments, like on a sewing machine. And there was a teacher in school that inspired me really. And she was so chic, how she dressed, and she taught us how to sew. We were taking part in a competition. I hand painted silk and I made my own design, and then we had to show it on a runway. And that's how I decided with 16, I think, to become a designer and go to fashion school.
I started with a sculptor named Tony Bloom. When I was 15, I got a job just cleaning his studio, and slowly over the years, I got to apprentice under him. He had recommended that I go into the trades as a way to make money, but also learn how to work with all the different tools and learn how to work. He had always kind of said, if I am passionate enough about it, then I'll make artwork or design anything, no matter what. He had always talked about fabricating things with sharp edges, and that was his draw towards doing metalwork. And in some ways, my draw towards doing clay was like being able to explore more organic things. And so I think from that, it made me really interested in what different materials have to offer characteristic-wise. And in that, what story a material can tell. And so it becomes more of a conversation and collaboration with the material.
I guess the fact that I was trained as an architect helps me and limits me, or has limited me in the past in many ways, in the sense that at the beginning of my practice, I used to think of the work that I was going to do as a defined form already, and I found that that was very limiting. So these days, and for many years now, I've been trying to kind of deconstruct that way of thinking, to let myself inspire more by the material, by the way certain components in that material mix or shape or behave, and that is informing more the final shape of the pieces that I do.
I am creating something that is a solve for women and men that didn't know they needed to be solved, or they didn't know it was missing in their life. And it's really the biggest reward when I meet customers face to face, or they send me messages or emails and they say like, oh my God, this is so much what I wanted and it's so cool. What I love so much on designing for this brand is that it's always a challenge. And I make it a challenge, of course. It's not a simple piece. It has to be something unexpected and challenging to make. Otherwise, I find it boring.
Depending on the work that I'm working on, sometimes I get in this kind of trance, pretty much, where I find my body and every muscle of my body so connected to what I'm doing. And because a lot of the things that I do are pretty physical, that I find myself moving so gently around my space and moving with the work pieces that I'm handling and the strokes that I'm taking with my hand tools, that sometimes I come back home and I almost like feel that I've been dancing all day in a way.
There's a lot of failure and experimenting and problems that come up that you have to learn from and accept. And ceramics is really a great test in acceptance. And I've got a lot personally out of that, where it's like being okay with things not working out, but trying to see the positives. I think that's also like a big source of my inspiration for the work, is like I'm really into puzzles and figuring out how to bring it all together. There's a joy in that, whether it's like from getting a bunch of reclaimed mud from down the street and then figuring out how to make it my own, to then selling it and figuring out how to pay my bills. It's like, it's all a giant puzzle, living a life like this.
I think inspiration is everywhere, for me at least, like, and it always has been. I see a car, I see a building, I see like a jewelry or a hat, and I connect it to something totally different that like other people probably wouldn't see or would connect it that way. And I think part of this is really experience. Like I always had to look for inspiration, not from competitors, but I needed fresh inspiration from other fields to make something new and meaningful. It's intuition, I think, or creativity on a level that is like my own approach.
Receiving this award is an incredible recognition. I think a lot about those endless hours, those endless days where I've been dreaming of like materializing this vision of doing something that I absolutely love, and to be recognized in such way, it just fills me with new, renovated motivation to keep going.
I was friends with Judd, and I met him like in the hallways at 1000 Parker. I even had the opportunity to make some parts for him. So it makes this award extra special. And I would hope that he would be like pretty stoked that I won it. And we all spent so much time in our workspace, pacing around thinking, what the heck am I doing? And so to have that like outside pat on the back and say, you're doing it, it's good, can really give you the courage to just like keep going.
To me personally, this award means a recognition that is really special because I feel part of this environment here in BC. It's interesting because artists in Austria, for instance, often don't have that support and that love. And I feel like BC has that extra layer of love for their artists, and this award expresses that love. So yeah, makes me very happy.
I believe that art and culture is important in our communities, in the way that we like tell stories and the way that we live with each other. When we support each other here, then we're enabling our friends and our neighbors and the people in our community to pursue their passions and their interests. And being able to have people from all over the province contribute to that really helps shape how we experience Vancouver or Nelson, BC, or anywhere else in the province. I always want my work to have that like joyful side. It's like, that's what it is for me. It's like, it brings me a lot of joy. I hope that my work can like bring other people that same like joyful or curious feeling of wanting to slow down and really look at things and investigate things themselves.
The cultural contribution of my work, I hope it shows through the honesty and dignity and truth in it. I believe that art is a bridge that allows us to connect and heal. It's also a mirror that gives you an opportunity to reflect yourself and your thoughts and your words and what you think about this world. And I'm very honored to be in a thriving part of the world where that culture is growing and growing.
For a moment, you turn to a piece of art or a piece of beautiful clothing that you really love, or you put it on, you go outside and you feel like better, stronger, happier. And maybe it's just for a moment, but I think we need all these little moments. That's what I hope for when people buy my capes, that they not only feel protected against the elements, which is really important, but they feel empowered. They feel like little superheroes, right? If I can achieve that, it makes me really happy.
That was absolutely beautiful. All right. The first award presentation is the Judson Beaumont Emerging Artist Designation. Named in honor of the late, and I dare say, yes, great, Judson Beaumont, who was an absolute one-of-a-kind Vancouver-based furniture designer and two-time recipient of this award program, including in 2014, where Judson received the Award of Distinction. And we do want to acknowledge and give a warm welcome to Judson's wife, Kate Beaumont, and son, Taylor, who are here tonight. Give us a wave. Where are you? There you are. I am sure Judson is here in spirit, and I know he's in many hearts in this room this evening. Our emerging artist this evening brings a unique combination of millwright precision, mechanical intuition, and a fearless artistic vision. Your work shows courage, balance, and a deep curiosity for clay, even building the tools that allow your ideas to come to life. I would now like to invite the 2025 Judson Beaumont Emerging Artist recipient to the stage. Everyone give a warm round of applause for Tyler James Goin. And presenting this award is the 2024 Judson Beaumont Emerging Artist recipient. As a jewelry maker, she is known for her wearable art, where each piece tells a story. Whether it is the chewed bubblegum pendant or the just joking bracelet, her jewelry mixes artistry and playfulness. Everyone, please welcome Megan Weeks.
Tansei, everyone. It's really nice to be back here to present this award to Tyler. Tyler, forged in a language of industry and shaped by the quiet strength of BC's landscapes, your work bridges structure and emotion. Large-scale ceramic and metal forms carry both weight and grace, pieces that feel at once grounded and transcendent. With your training as a Red Seal millwright and a deep respect for process, you are emerging as a powerful new voice in contemporary art. Tyler, it is our honor to recognize you tonight as the 2025 Judson Beaumont Emerging Artist.
Wow. Thank you. That video is amazing. Thank you, Carla and Greg. Thanks to the foundation, everybody here that put this together, and thanks to the jury for selecting me for this award. It means a lot. And I want to say congratulations to the other awardees, Russell, Mario, Bettina. You guys' work is amazing. It's such an honor to be on this legendary list of alumni, and although I never got to meet Sam, I'm so glad I got to spend some time with Judd, and so it makes it that much more special. I think, their enduring memory, this award, and bringing everybody together in this way really serves as a reminder that the creative spirit is really alive here in BC, and I'm really deeply grateful for this recognition. Thinking about community, I think about, we're all working on top of the shoulders of so many people in our lives that give us their time and energy, and I've found a lot of mentors over the years, whether it's people like Jeff, Martin, or Henry Norris who are here, and getting to meet people like Toby, Pam, and Nick from Propeller, all within this community. They've all helped me in little ways or big ways along. And thanks to my dad for coming here from Alberta, actually, just for this. And it's really special to have him. His name's James. And I've completely gone off script. But thank you to my partner, Tara. I love you. She lives in my studio with me where I weld and do all this stuff, and she has the patience of a saint, and so thank you. I'm really looking forward to continuing my practice every day, and it's truly a focus on practice and just never ending and keeping going, and I hope to continue to just cultivate a unique voice for and with this community in the city and in the province. So, thank you.
Thank you, Tyler, and well done. It's not easy being the first, but you've set the bar very high. You thanked your parents, you thanked your partner. For all the others, just remember that. All right. It is now time for our second presentation of the evening. Our next Sam Carter Award recipient elevates rainwear into beautiful art, merging science, technical mastery, and exquisite form. Her work revisits historic silhouettes through a contemporary lens, producing innovative architectural pieces. It is my absolute honor to introduce our next award recipient. Please welcome Bettina Mueller Reichl. And our next presenter is one of the co-owners of Allel's Design Studio, a 2019 awardee. The team at Allel's are changing the lives of amputees by redefining the aesthetic of prosthetic legs and arms. By making the essential beautiful with artistic personalizations to medical devices, they are shifting mainstream perceptions of what disability, or should I say ability, looks like. Please welcome to the stage Macaulay Warner.
Everyone. I wrote myself some notes so that I wouldn't start crying like I did last year, so let's see how this goes. In 2019, we were in the early stages of our startup, fully immersed in our work. At that time, I didn't have the space to truly appreciate the significance of receiving this award. But with each passing year and with every opportunity to meet more of the remarkable artists and designers of our province through this amazing foundation, I feel grateful and humbled all over again. It is an honor to stand here among fellow awardees and the generous patrons of this community that make this recognition possible. It sincerely leaves a lasting impact. It's especially meaningful to be presenting this award to a designer who has created a body of work that reminds us what truly exceptional fashion can look like. Bettina, I am thrilled to welcome you into this unbelievable alumni. I hope you feel the warmth in the room tonight and take it all in. From experience, I can tell you the meaning of this award only deepens with time. It is my honor to introduce to all of you Bettina Mueller Reichl. Bettina, you have reimagined what outerwear can be, where function meets elegance and performance becomes art. Through Cape de Care, you have transformed the simple rain cape into a symbol of beauty, confidence, and West Coast spirit. Your work reflects the landscape that inspires it, innovative, timeless, and deeply connected to place. Tonight, we honor your vision, your craftsmanship, and creativity. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for this beautiful award, and I feel really humbled and I'm truly excited. I want to share a small story with you because to me it's really significant. About 20 years ago already, I met Diane Schweitzer from Lululemon in Munich at a fair where I presented my work as a sportswear designer. And she asked me if I would come to Vancouver to inspire the design team of Lululemon, which was really small back then, and to bring some European flair to the team. And at that moment, I didn't realize that this was the moment that changed the entire course of my life. What began as a small trip to Vancouver became many years of designing for Lululemon remotely from Austria, eventually moving to Vancouver, starting Cape de Coeur here, my brand, and standing here tonight. And I'm always amazed at where life leads us when we simply say yes to an opportunity at some point in time that seems small, but it ends up opening doors that we never have dreamed of. As you all know, starting a brand truly takes a village. So I want to share this award with my colleagues that started this brand with me, talented people that shaped what Cape de Coeur is today. And a few of them are here, Patsy and Trevor. This award also belongs to you. And most of all, I want to thank my husband, who is not here tonight, but he's in Austria watching. And I wanted to share that how important it is to have this one person beside you that always believes in you through all the hardship, through all the victories, through all the things that are thrown at you when you start a brand from scratch by yourself. Thank you, Gottfried, for being my partner in crime. And finally, I want to thank the jury for this recognition. It truly means the world to me. Thank you.
Congratulations, Bettina. She asked, or she whispered, do I actually take it? I'm like, yes, that is your award, and well deserved. Well done. Our next Sam Carter awardee blends architectural clarity with profound material sensitivity. His clean, linear forms invites us to look closer, past the glossy surface, to the precision, passion, and quiet surprise, which is at the very heart of his practice. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Mario Pau. And our next presenter is the founder of Hinterland Design and a 2023 alumnus. Creating unique furniture and lighting by hand, Hinterland Design is transforming natural materials into enduring functional art. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to the stage, Riley McFerrin.
Hello, everybody. This is an amazing night. This is awesome. It's crazy because like so much of this work in the design world you only see on Instagram. And you're just looking at your phone and you're seeing, and like Mario's work I've known for years, never met him in person until tonight. And I feel like that's kind of like the definition of community, to be able to like pull people together, meet face to face, support each other, come together as like a family in a neighborhood. It feels really, really good. And having won this a couple years ago, I know that this is a strong community and it's awesome. Vancouver's and BC have got a good thing going here. Mario, your work integrates architecture, design, and craft in a way that reflects truly remarkable vision. Through Workbench Studio, you bring together materials, people, and ideas to create work that is both precise and deeply expressive. Your influence continues to shape BC's creative landscape with ingenuity, collaboration, and an enduring respect for craft. Mario, congratulations on your recognition.
Wow, so much love and appreciation. I'm not nervous anymore with all of this love. First of all, I need to say, hola, mama, hola. She's watching, my mother is watching from Spain, hola, Clara. My sister is watching from Amsterdam. I wish they were here. Thank you very much for this incredible recognition. It means a lot to me. Thank you, VC Achievement Foundation, for shining a light at what the creative community is doing in this beautiful province. As a foreigner to this land, standing here today is a great honor. Thank you to the amazing people I've had the chance to work with over the years, represented here today by Paula, Rodrigo, and Dahi over there. Thank you also, Andy, for being such a good friend and for all your support and trust. I'd like to share with you something I wrote to myself in a moment of deep struggle a while ago. Some of you, there's some incredible artists over there, and some that I have the pleasure to know and to be friends with. I know you've all struggled. Sometimes I feel that, struggle lives with us constantly. And I wrote the following thing. When the urge to find what you seek is too strong and stirs within you, your mind can cloud and your vision narrow, keeping you from seeing the path even when it lies right in front of you. But if you consciously slow down the impulse for immediate reward and fix your sight on a deeper point, what surrounds the curiosity that drives you begins to appear. And off the trail, a clearing light. It is then when you realize that the path you've been seeking has been looking back at you all along, always within reach of your hands and at the touch of your eyes. Thank you, and let me dedicate this award to the memory of my late father, Pedro Paredes, and to my mother, Ana Maria Otalora. I was speaking to Russell earlier today, and he asked me, what drives you, what motivates you? And I started saying all of these things, and then I thought to myself, if I had to say it just in a few words, what really drives me and where the motivation lies, it's because all that I do for my father. And I'll share a little thing with you. Sometimes when I'm really late working at night, I don't even think about it, but there's this common kind of thought that comes to my mind, and I just imagine my father walking in and helping me with something. Thank you for this award.
Congratulations, Mario. All right, everyone. And now for the award of distinction designation. In British Columbia, we have exceptional applied artists and designers who, over many years, have distinguished themselves as leaders in their field, who have national and international reputations, successful creative entrepreneurs who have combined their talent and skills with passion and determination. Their names are synonymous with creativity, innovation, and yes, distinction. This year's Award of Distinction recipient is a master of his craft. His work carries a timeless quality, instantly recognizable, elegant, and honed over decades. You can feel the wheel in every piece, the intentional mark-making and lineage of generations embedded in his process. Everyone, it is my honor to welcome the 2025 Sam Carter Award of Distinction laureate in Applied Art and Design, Russell Hackney. And presenting this award is renowned sculptural furniture maker and recipient of the 2024 Award of Distinction designation. Known for his large-scale wood-based works, he creates both functional pieces and artistic installations. His work blends modern design with a deep respect for the stories and history embedded in the natural materials he uses. Everyone, please join me in welcoming the 2024 Award of Distinction recipient, Brent Comer.
Thank you, Fred. It's a great honor to introduce, or not introduce, but to acknowledge Russell as the Award of Distinction 2025 winner. Probably the most understated and humble artist I've ever met, honestly. And it's nice that we have events like this just to see that Russell actually exists in real life. I have to echo what Reilly said earlier about how, and it was through the videos as well, how artists, you know, they're deeply immersed in their workshops and they're quite introverted and kind of in their own world. So this is a real wonderful opportunity to shed a light on Russell and the other awardees tonight. But particularly Russell, I feel it's been so well-deserved. And I gotta say, your latest work, Russell, is just, you're getting better, I gotta say. It's amazing. Really awesome. So, and wonderful for all his family to be here as well. Russell, since making British Columbia your home in 2002, you've become a vital presence in the province's clay design communities, sharing your knowledge, mentoring, and others, enriching the field through both service and artistry. As you know, I saw Russell's work through other artists' work, actually. The first piece that I ever bought was a little mason jar that was beautifully executed in a mold. And I asked her, I said, "Did you do this?" She goes, "No, it's Russell Hackney." And it was beautiful. And then my friend Judson Beaumont years later did something for Russell, and I said, "Judd, you can't do something this amazing." He goes, "It's this guy Russell. He's really grumpy though," and that. But I said, "Oh," so I knew Russell's work before I met Russell, really. So from your studio in Bowen Island, your embossed porcelain works merge technical mastery with quiet contemplation, embodying more than 4 decades of dedication to your craft. There's testament that clay is good for your skin right there. Russell, it is our honor to recognize you tonight with the Sam Carter Applied Art and Design Award of Distinction. So please turn your attention to the screens for a special film presentation. Congratulations.
I was born and raised in a place called Stoke-on-Trent, England. My father worked in ceramics all his life, and so did his father. Stoke-on-Trent is well known for ceramics making, going back 250, 300 years. So back in the early 70s, when my dad started his little pottery business, there was like 55, 60,000 people working in ceramics in an area of a 8-mile diameter. They called it the Potteries Basin, and I went into the studio workshop aged about 16, and my father taught me the technical side of slip casting and making molds and things like that. I picked that up pretty quickly, started modeling in the family business. After a few years of just modeling and mold making for factories and things, I did start making some of my own things, borders that contained car parts and weird kind of reactions against the traditional designs of Stoke-on-Trent pottery industry. I was trying to find my voice, and I think reacting against the industry was a way of me defining what I wanted to do. I had one particular project, which was a pivotal moment for me. This particular factory, which makes hotelware for the world, they were having a visit from the Queen because it was their 200th anniversary of making ceramics. They decided they wanted to make this very ornate clock, which is representing the arts, science, mathematics, and the Queen was coming in 15 weeks. I remember my dad and the head of this factory saying to me, "Can you do this?" And I said, "Yeah, I can do this, yeah." So they locked me up in this studio space at the factory. I modeled all these pieces in clay, and it was more or less, you can't come out until this is done. That was a moment, I think, gave me a lot of confidence that maybe I do have some gift to make something. One of my favorite parts of making is just sitting, modeling plaster in that detail. For me, that's a very calm, meditative kind of state. I like the challenges of pushing embossment and forms in plaster and translating them into cast pieces. This part of the world has been very, very good to me. I think I see myself as a Bowen Island artist now. Most of my inspiration comes from my walks, and there's certain areas of the woods, one of them in particular I call the thought corridor. If I'm agitated by something, in culture particularly, then that will often have me ruminating on it, and some visual image will attach itself to that ruminating. Sketching always is the start of a piece being made. I started sketching this emotion, this feeling. I think it started from reading about AI. It seemed like outsourcing the creative journey, outsourcing my imagination. And I thought about a reassertion of the sacredness of humans within this tech space. And all of a sudden I started to get these exciting ideas for me of attaching halos to ordinary people. And I will introduce color into this piece, trying in my own way to elevate the ordinary to something more sacred as a response to the overwhelming force and the nature of tech. Looking back on my career, I think I wish I'd started making art pieces earlier. To be a working artist, you're often living a very rich life, working out ideas and pursuing some way of connecting ideas to something physical. This award means more than I can say, really. I'm just very thankful to have it. It gave me a motivation to make the next piece. If I were to pass anything on to anybody younger, just make the thing you really are happy to make and want to make and need to make. We should value the pursuing of making something beautiful and the process of making. I think it makes us better people.
Thank you. Greg and Carly, you're too good. Those videos are designed to dissolve the person watching them, aren't they? I mean, you know. First, I'd like to thank a few people. I'd like to thank you to the BC Achievement Foundation for honoring me with this award. It's such an encouragement for me, and I'm very grateful to be recognized in this manner. Thank you. Congratulations also to the 3 other awardees tonight. It's lovely to share the stage with you. We'll always remember this. And I wish you all the best as you continue in your practices. I would like to thank Roop and all the team at BC Achievement, also Greg and Carla, as I say, for the work they have done. And thank you to Sheila and Ray for your work in curating the exhibition. I'd like to thank my very good friend and fellow Bowen Island artist, Marty Levinson. Thanks for coming. For all the many good conversations about art and art practice we have shared over the last few years. I have always appreciated your opinions, which are considered, and your encouragement has been important to me, so thank you. I do want to acknowledge you. In particular, I'd like to thank my wife, Wendy, who has put up with living with an artist all of these years, the highs and lows, sharing some of the frustrations of working in the medium of clay, putting up with my single-mindedness and propensity to be a bit of a dreamer. Wendy's opinion has always been the first that I have sought on any new piece that I work on. One of the important aspects, I think, of receiving this award is that it gives me, indeed, forces me to take an objective view of what I do, which is rare when you're working. Though I do remember one occasion when I saw objectively what my working life might look like to someone else. Wendy was upstairs in her office, which was above my studio on Bowen, working as an adult in her job as a project manager, a typical day for her. She was in what sounded like a very important Zoom meeting discussing acquisitions and mergers. Whilst below, in my studio, I was struggling to model an elephant's head inside the mask of a dodo. And I remember thinking at that precise moment, this is a very odd way for a man of my age to earn a living. So living with an artist is not the easiest assignment. When I started working in the family ceramics business in Stoke-on-Trent, England, at the age of 16, I never dreamt that one day I would live on a small island called Bowen Island, a 20-minute ferry ride from Vancouver on the west coast of Canada. Apart from 3 years at art college, I ended up working for nearly 20 years at the workshop which my dad started in 1973. I certainly never could imagine being awarded a prize for my artwork, so I stand here today shaking my head, amazed at the turn of events life can take, and very grateful that BC has given me the opportunity to create on my own terms. It seems to me that I need certain conditions to make the art that I make. Quiet, privacy, internal space, silence. The external life is noisy. The external life is increasingly intrusive. And it's hard to cultivate an inner life of silence and privacy. But for me, this is where art begins. And the quieter my surroundings are, the better I can hear my own voice. Hence my need for my early morning walks in the forests on Bowen. It's while in the depths of private thought that ideas come, where I can probe and test ideas to see if I can articulate them visually before committing to a piece of work. I work in 3 areas of ceramic making: designing and making functional pieces, consulting, modeling, and mold making for clients. And in the last few years, I have found a space to create more personal, one-of-a-kind objects. I find that each area of work has its own distinct set of characteristics. Functional pieces are to some degree determined by ergonomics, scale, costs, and perhaps at least a passing awareness of current fashions or trends. Modeling and mold making for clients is a relationship between mold maker and designer, between process, technical parameters, and design aesthetic objectives. I have viewed art as a place of free expression, where the concerns I've just outlined don't bear down on the work nearly as much. But it is still a struggle to represent what I want to say or share, and I am the kind of artist who agrees with the author Doris Lessing, who wrote, "An artist's job is to say, this is what I see." I read somewhere recently that the difference between art and craft, and perhaps art and design, was ambiguity. the quality of being open to more than one interpretation, inexactness, creating or leaving space, a gap, in which the viewer sees or reads into the work something of their own. I'm going to illustrate this finally with something from my journal, from the corridor, the thought corridor on my morning forest walks. It's early morning. I'm in the state of wonder as I stare out at the sea on this beautiful first morning, and I see small fins arcing on the surface of the water. What I'm seeing, it seems to me, is a good illustration of that quote. I'm mesmerized, looking at the sea, wanting to see whales. But what we do see is just these brief glimpses of fins, silvery and reflective in the morning light. We only have a partial view. What we don't see is filled in by our imagination. And therefore, these creatures are as much a creation of our imagination as they are reality. What I wrote in my journal many years ago, and also wrote on a piece of art that I did, still very much applies, I think, to myself when it comes to making art. Don't show me all of life. Don't explain all of life to me. Leave some for me alone, for me to create. Thank you again for this award. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Well said, Russell. And congratulations. Everyone, can you please join me in congratulating all of tonight's awardees? If they could stand one more time to be recognized. Woo! Well done. We also want to acknowledge and thank Gab Films for those incredibly powerful films that we saw. And we now invite all of you to support the foundation in two ways. Well, three, and we'll get to that. But first, in two ways. That is, one, to nominate, and two, to donate. Nominate. Nominations are now open for the 2026 awards. Here's your opportunity to submit your nomination online at bcachievement.com/nominate-now. I think all of us in this room know of a creative or two that deserves recognition. So the call for nominations close on February 15th of 2026 for all BC Achievement programming, including the Sam Carter Award for Applied Art and Design. Please nominate artists from your communities now. We also want to invite you to donate. And we hope you are inspired by tonight's celebrations, and please continue to support the work of BC Achievement. Consider joining the Inspire Collective and invest in these remarkable creatives. Help tell their stories and help the foundation in its mission to inspire change. As I mentioned earlier this evening, last year on the 20th anniversary, we began the Inspire Collective. It is a group of champions that believes in our creative economy and specifically believes in creatives. And I think as we heard throughout this evening, our awardees came from near and far and decided to make Metro Vancouver their home. And for every emerging artist, for every established artist, we want to ensure that Vancouver, Metro Vancouver, as well as the province of BC, is an inclusive and welcoming place for all artists to pursue their passion. The Inspire Collective is a circle of champions that supports the work of BC Achievement, as well champions artists in our community. So before I invite all of you to continue to mix and mingle with this incredible community, I want to invite all of you to join the Inspire Collective. First and foremost, you're all very smart people. You will benefit come tax time, but your donation tonight will benefit BC Achievement and more creatives in our community. You will have many benefits, including invitations to studio visits. You'll get newsletters. They're too long to list, but Roop and Catherine are happy to share with you the benefits of joining this circle, this Inspire Collective. But I now invite all of you, if you would like to join me and my husband in being part of this Inspire Collective, raise your hands now. Our first ask of the evening is $1,000. Are there any individuals in this room that would like to join the Inspire Collective at $1,000? Raise your hand. I see Walter Pela. I see Christopher Gaze. I see Kim. That's 3. I see Roop in the back with her partner. That is 4. Myself is 5. Jane is 6. Brent Comer is 7. Tamara, Grace, Darcy and Joel. That is 9. Ryan McKinley. That is 10. And there's one here, and there's one here. I will introduce myself to you. Your names are? I'm sorry? Dermot. And oh yes, hi. We have 12. That's a great start. We just raised $12,000. Oh, there's another handsome gentleman there. Keep your hands up until our volunteers come to you. Keep your hands up if you've not received the donation card yet. Keep them up. Volunteers, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Get up there. All right. And before we invite you for more drinks and conversation, our last ask is $500. Who would like to join the Inspire Collective at $500? Oh, Patty Glass, how are you? $500. I've got one here at $500. Is there anybody else who would like to join us at $500? Oh, Valerie Jerome, there's another one. Where are my volunteers? Over here. We need more volunteers next year. Over here. There's a volunteer. Anybody else at $500? Please consider joining the Inspire Collective. If you want to learn more about the BC Achievement, you can speak to Roop or Catherine. And of course, you can even go online to make your donation now. Just like that, we raised $13,000. Welcome to the Inspired Collective. As I say, every contribution ensures BC's remarkable artists and designers continue to be recognized and celebrated, but as I've heard earlier, continue to be remarkable. Everyone in this room is inspiring creatives to pursue their passion, and all of us together are driving creative change across BC. As we wrap up this evening, I want to leave you with a few words from someone very near and dear to BC Achievement, and that is Dr. Joseph Wasp, who generously supported the Applied Art and Design program in its earliest days. Seeding that foundation, it is absolutely incredible that we're all here to celebrate the awardees of its 21st year. Dr. Joseph Wass once shared William Morris's thinking that we should keep nothing in our homes unless we know it is to be useful or it is believed to be beautiful. Dr. Wass went on to remind us that this simple idea captures something bigger, the way design speaks to our practical side, while art speaks to our imagination. When those two come together, something remarkable happens. Tonight, we honored creators who do exactly that. They blend skill with vision, craft with intuition. They help us see the world differently and make it better. So thank you, Tyler, Bettina, Mario, and Russell, for helping bridge the space between the useful and the beautiful, the everyday and the extraordinary. You carry us into places we couldn't reach without you, and we are incredibly grateful. On behalf of CEO Catherine Wilson, Board Chair Walter Pela, and the entire BC Achievement Board and team, thank you, thank you, thank you. And may the inspiration you feel tonight, everyone, stay with you. Please share it, celebrate it, and help it ripple outward into your own communities from every corner of the province. Everyone, it is now my pleasure to invite all of you in this room to enjoy the dessert, the drinks, and the company of one another. To those online, thank you for joining us this evening for an incredible night of recognition and celebration. And a small piece of housekeeping. If you can, please return your name tags to either of the registration desks. We will repurpose them for another evening. Thank you again for being here tonight. My name is Fred Lee. It has been an absolute pleasure. I invite now all of you to mix and mingle and celebrate our creatives. Have a good evening, everyone.